really?
Right.
This is your issue?
Right. Hey,
That's
good morning.
what
It's a Todd and Erin morning stream on GetBarDaily.com. We got some stuff we're dying to talk about today.
Seriously.
I got to pull this up. I got to pull us up. I haven't been answering you guys because we're doing this Facebook Live, and if you are actually watching live, which only a certain amount of you do, and everybody else kind of joins in the rest of the day, I wanted to be more responsive to you.
You are so beautiful.
That way you'll make less fun of me.
No, they'll still make fun of you.
I can keep my eye on you is basically what I'm saying here. This morning, some weird stuff. We were getting up, and for some reason, Zoe, our little one, 6, likes to have Erin carry her downstairs and put her on the couch with our nanny and give her an iPad or turn on the TV, and the TV wasn't working. The connection, and the iPads didn't work, obviously. Internet's down. And we were like, oh, no. And we said, okay, it's okay. And we gave her something else to do. And we're leaving.
Well, she always goes unconscious in 2 seconds anyway.
And then we're leaving. And sure enough, we turn the corner. And there's a big white truck with a big arm up there. And there's a guy up there on a pole doing something. I go, oh, look, they're already fixing it. And then we go around the corner. And there's another one. And then around another corner. There's another one. 6. I think we counted 6.
There was 8 by the time we were done, yeah.
It was like the worst planned FBI stakeout in the world. Because all these guys were up with the white helmets and fixing something. All in different locations, but within a block. It just seemed weird. But
no, it really was just Xfinity. They sent a notice around yesterday, babe.
Oh.
I'm sorry to ruin your FBI stakeout theory. Sorry.
Well, I nothing's going to get me in a bad mood because I got myself an email.
An email?
Please do tell about my money.
Oh, I know. This is very exciting. I was going through our spam, and thank good heavens I checked this out because Mr. Adams Edwards said contact Western Union. Good day. We have concluded to send your payment through Western Union for $50,000.
Boom! That's right. Guess who's getting new sneakers? Me. What?
You're so cute. Hey, also today we have to tell you about...
Did you click on it?
No, of course not.
Why?
That's how you get viruses, honey. You
Click
on unfamiliar stuff.
What if this one's real?
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is.
All right.
There's a lot of really good stuff that we're dying to tell you about today. First of all, things that you never thought actually happened that happened, including spontaneous combustion. But first, we're going to go to the mountain clam camp. I was about to say the mountain clam.
Oh, we have clams?
That is so sad. Black Diamond Experts, electric plumbing, heating, and
if I
air.
had $50,000, you know how many clams I could buy?
Many clams.
And lobsters.
And we could put them all through the mountains and set them free.
It would be cool.
It would be great, yeah. Okay, you've got to explain this because this doesn't really ever happen. Ever.
What?
Spontaneous combustion.
Well, there was a fire.
I saw that and I went, that can't possibly be correct.
I'm looking for my fire. Oh, here we go. Yes, grass clippings started a fire.
No way.
Way.
I don't believe you.
Oh, and they do. It has to do with bacteria, I think. Twilla County. This is 6-foot flames coming off this pile of grass trimmings they threw in a corner.
Nuh-uh.
Against it happened Tuesday at 1 p.m.
And they actually ended up with a neighborhood brush fire from grass clippings.
Yes, exactly. It is the bacteria in the composting material that gets hot. Remember back, Martha Stewart? I'm the only one who remembers stories like this. Martha Stewart, very big on composting because she does it.
She has a designer compost.
They have it in a big parking lot thing, and then she's got front loaders, and the thing's like 30 feet high and like 80 feet long, and it's above 100 degrees.
Oh, that's right. Isn't that something to do with why you have to keep hay dry?
And it caught on fire. Yeah. Okay. So story in Maine, and humid back east when you're doing hay, you have to use a titter, and that's
I beg your pardon.
And that's a word of a piece of machinery. John Deere makes them, and what the titter does is it's got big spokey things on it, and it takes the hay and it spreads it out and it dries it. And if you put your hay away too wet, you're going to stick it in your barn, and that's what happens. You can actually light your barn on fire. As a matter of fact,
well, I believe that one. It was just the whole grass clippings thing that I was having a hard time getting behind. It
right.
Seems...
But anybody who has a compost heap, they know that it's running about 100 degrees, and it could catch fire.
Okay.
There you go.
So it really happens.
It really does happen.
There you go.
I
Okay.
have no idea where we're at right now.
Tell me something good, and I have been
Okay.
dying to do this one because it makes me cry every time. This one, it doesn't even start bad. This one is just beautiful from the very beginning.
Oh, this is a good one.
Ashley Schaus and her sister Hannah have always been extremely close.
Okay.
One of the reasons why is Hannah is 15. She has Down syndrome, diabetes.
She's awesome.
And Ashley's always been really careful to make sure that her sister always felt included when they were growing up. And,
Right.
and she's told every man that she's dated, she says, you got to know that Hannah and me, we're a package deal because
fine.
I'm going to be my sister's guardian. My parents are elderly now. And
Right.
she's going to be with me her whole life and
Right.
my life. And we're a package. And for a
She
couple
found the man?
And for a couple of guys, that was a problem. But she's been dating a real sweetheart. I mean, I just adore this guy. Will said, I want to marry this girl. And so he was
Right.
trying to think of how he was going to propose and what he was going to
Now,
do.
he knows the deal.
Of course.
He knows the deal.
Everything. So what he did this is he took them up, had the photographer ready, put them in a beautiful field, with nature and gravel. Said, hey, we're going to do a picnic. Come on up. And so they were there, and he got down first on his knee and proposed to Hannah and said, Hannah, I would like you to be my very best friend for my whole life. And he gave her a ring. And he said, I would like you to be my very best friend. And this is her older sister going, look at your ring, it's so cool. This is Ashley. And then when Hannah had accepted his proposal to be his very best friend for the rest of his life, then he proposed to Ashley, who happily accepted.
So your challenge this morning was to make everyone cry in the first 4 minutes of the show.
She said, Will is wonderful, but he's rather humble, so this gesture blew me away. And she said, Hannah was so happy, and all I could think about was how special this was for her.
That's a great story.
And think about how unselfish she is, that she's happier for her sister during her own wedding proposal.
That's pretty cool. I mean, that's a really good story.
So that is your Tell Me Something Good for this morning.
But there is something to worry about. There's is this really a state of emergency?
See, this is what's amazing to me. When we have a state of emergency here in Utah, like Governor Herbert goes, it's a state of emergency. Like maybe
Floods.
there's a massive flood or there's a fire. Or like an infestation of fire ants. I don't know. But anyway,
Frogs.
it's like something severe.
Yeah.
Well, they just declared a state of emergency in Nevada. Nevada Governor Brian Sandoval
Oh my gosh.
actually authorized emergency reform.
Reform.
Emergency reform.
Why are we showing
A
pot?
state of emergency. He said...
Yeah.
There's a state of emergency because there's not enough marijuana available. You know that Nevada legalized recreational use of marijuana, and he said there's not enough. So he actually authorized emergency regulations in order to obtain more of a dope supply.
Whoa. Well, listen, I've been to Nevada, so I understand a lot of this. But so
Wendy's so funny on Facebook. She goes, well, pot's important. Hello, I had a feeling this would happen.
this is like opening up Disneyland and thinking the parking lot's not going to be full. Yeah. Yeah, it
kidding?
is.
So, wow, that's,
What did I see
that's
yesterday?
pretty serious.
Yesterday I saw a list of things, a list of different words that stand for pot.
Oh, and by the way, this is my favorite line from his press release about the state of emergency. He said, this nascent industry could grind to a halt. No, I think you're safe. I think people will wait. I don't think that they're going to just leave.
The sad thing is that the stock in Doritos crashed the other day. And Cheetos.
It's really sad.
It's really
man.
affected their sales quite a bit.
You know the snack food industry is rejoicing right now. Please get it back on track. huh?
Please, the lobbyists are there.
All right, well, this is kind of funny. Rod Decker. Now, everybody knows Rod Decker. He's a quirky guy. He actually started in newspapers first. But
45 years ago.
he's got that voice that's like this, that's kind of like nails scratching down a tin roof.
Rod Decker.
But we love him.
Yeah, we do.
Lots of investigative reporting. Really
gosh, been
quirky
around
kind of
forever.
guy. And ironically, he and Bill Gephardt, they kind of remind me of each other. They both have those quirky personalities.
Right.
And they're like kind of aggressive and they're interesting questions like that.
Well, they talked yesterday.
He's retiring.
It seemed to me that Mike Check 1, 2, 3 was a waste of breath. Sexual intercourse began in 1963, which was rather late for me. Between the end of the Chatterley Band and the Beatles' first LP. Up till then, there'd only been a sort of bargaining. A wrangle for a ring, a shame that started at 16 and spread to everything. Suddenly the quarrel sank. Everyone felt the same. Every life became a brilliant breaking of the bank. A quite unlosable game. So life was never better than in 1963, though just too late for me. Between the end of the Chatterley Band and the Beatles' first LP.
Did you get that? No, Rod Decker, mic check, mic check.
I hardly ever get to finish. They say,
You know, it's so funny. It's a fact that, you know, when he does mic checks, he does stuff like
Because
that.
everyone has to do a mic check, and you go 3, 2, 1, sibilance.
For 45 years, he's been doing that.
And he always has the quirky mic check, which is how it's always stood out for him.
Right. And
But-
we're going to talk to him more tomorrow.
Yeah. I see
Working
something
on
in
it.
depth about. I mean, after 45 years, you know he's got some good stories.
45 years.
Right. Oh, speaking of good stories, we must go to Daisy in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom.
Right,
It
let's
is
do
brought
that.
to you by Robert J. DeBry and Associates. If you need their help, you can go to robertdebry.com. Also, executive transportation, limo service to the airport for a fabulous evening. Wherever you go, March is there for you. Just book a ride with executiveutah.com. And Black Diamond Experts, that is plumbing, electric, heating, and air. You will be glad you called an expert, blackdiamondexpert.com. Daisy, what's going on today?
Hello everyone, here's what's making headlines on GephardtDaily.com. A warning is being sounded by the Utah County Health Department telling people to stay out of Utah Lake. A dangerous bloom of toxic blue-green algae has spread and health officials say it can pose a serious health risk. People and pets who come into contact with the water can experience headaches, diarrhea and skin irritation. The symptoms can last for days. The algae also poses a threat to livestock. Utah Lake was closed for the same problem for a couple of weeks in July of 2016. There is a collective sigh of relief in southern Utah where evacuation orders have been lifted for communities once threatened by the Brian Head Fire. The orders were lifted in both Garfield and Iron County, although Dixie National Forest remains closed. The human-sparked blaze has torched more than 71,000 acres and is 85% contained. And the world-renowned Mormon Tabernacle Choir plans to hold a 9-month audition process while it searches for altos, sopranos, tenors, and basses to round out its 360-member ensemble. In order to apply, you must be a member in good standing of the LDS Church, between 25 and 55 years old, and currently live within 100 miles of the Salt Lake Tabernacle. Being able to sing might also help. And now a quick look at weather along the Wasatch Front, where our little heat wave continues to roll. Temps today will be in the upper 90s before we jump into triple digits, just in time for a heat stroke weekend. That's it for now. More news 24/7 on GephardtDaily.com. For now, Todd and Erin, back to you.
Thank you, Daisy. All right, Black Diamond Experts. We're talking about electric plumbing, heating, and air. And I actually had a girlfriend call them the other day because she's like uber paranoid because she's got like 27 kids at home and she's nervous about who she lets in the house. And I can't blame her. You never know who's coming to the door. And I said, oh, you'll like these guys. They're licensed, bonded, and insured. You know who's coming to the door. You know it's safe to let them in. And she said, I don't trust service people anymore because she really got burned on a heating quote. And I said, I know you've got to get the swamp cooler fixed and get a decent air conditioner. Go to these guys first. And she said, this whole quote thing makes me paranoid. With Black Diamond, whatever they say that the job is going to cost is what the job is going to cost. At the end, they don't throw in, oh, there were special fees, and we forgot this, and this has to go in there too. So you know exactly what you're going to pay, and you can count on it. One of the things I really like about them, though, is they have 24-hour service, because when you're waist deep in something in the basement, you really want someone to come like right now. Not like, oh, we'll have a service person there at noon. No. You want them now, and they'll do that for you. So go to blackdiamondexpert.com. Get your quote, get your plans. These are the guys who will take care of you.
All right, so I want you, this is a great story. Do not show, you guys hold the picture for a second. A lady in Florida.
Okay.
And we've been in this situation. Remember when we were up on 6th Ave and we lived across from a drug dealer?
Yes.
Cars coming and going all hours.
Super subtle too.
All the hours of the night.
All of his dear close friends only stayed for about 3, 4, 5 minutes.
Maybe a BO or something. Anyway, you see this, and then you know that those people are in the neighborhood, and it's not good. Well, this lady had the same problem, and she got sick and tired of it. How many calls did she make? She made hundreds of calls. They went to the complex 36 times. They did in the last 12 months. Going after narcotic activity, and actually caught some of the buyers and stuff, but not the sellers. So after getting the people buying it were going to the wrong house. They're going to hers. So this is what she put
this
up.
poor woman.
Check this out.
Don't park here to buy your drugs. Your dealer is across the street.
Now, in addition to that, she has set up security cameras and signs
Oh, this
saying,
poor woman.
"Smile, you're on camera," and likes to yell at them with a megaphone.
Good for you. At least have some fun with it, right? At this point,
I think that's because it is.
if the DEA can't get them, it's time for you to, employ your own methods. I'm sorry, but
Okay, so
don't park here to buy your drugs.
it's across the street. It's the Blue House, airport, SeaTac. They've
Seattle.
Yeah,
Come on.
they've decided to, the whole thing getting on a plane. You got to go through security, and you know how long it takes, there's always someone there saying, "Okay, take everything out of your pocket. It's 4 ounces of liquid." So they decided
Blah, blah, blah.
they're doing a test, and they're using these robots.
Oh, they're adorable. Look
So
at
the
those.
robot sits there. And if you think TSA's hands are intrusive, wait till you get to his pinchers. He's going to pinch you. Okay, so we got a little face, speaks 16 languages.
Oh, that's really cute.
And it stands there and it tells you to take these things out. Now, basically, if you speak to it in your own language, it automatically flips over to French, if you speak French.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So let me just check that. So they're just trying it up there. How much?
I actually would prefer a fake face than the scary, little anime face. It makes me more nervous. I don't know why.
It'll sneak up behind you and scare you. Last summer, SeaTac, they hired 90 temporary contractors at a cost of $3.3 million to help people comply. That's, in other words, they hired human beings to sit there and say, "Hey, how you doing? Would you please take your belt and shoes off?" That I would have done it for half that much. The cost of
$3.3 million.
the cost of the robots is $20,000 to $30,000. There's a job. There's a job.
I'll tap dance while I ask
I
them
would-
to.
I would
Seriously, for
juggle.
that kind of money, no problem.
Except you are hated by everyone. It's like being a dentist.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or just put me in there and have my face. That would be frightening.
Yeah, I think that's a given.
Don't you think so?
I think that's a given. All right, time for the big thank you. This is very cool. This is what we basically. It's faster to buy your love than earn it. I've learned that with my children, and it seems to carry over in pretty much every relationship I have. So we thought, why don't we thank you for being part?
Whoa. Every relationship?
Oh, you know I bought you. You know I bought your love. That RV. Oh yeah, you sank like a rock, pal. I had
Keep
you.
talking about the food.
All right, but for you, we wanted to say thank you for coming over to the morning stream. And so, dinner for 4 at Christopher's Prime Steakhouse, which is beyond decadent. Seriously, I keep getting these taunting pictures sent from our winners like, "This is delicious. It's too bad you two aren't here." And I'm
Right?
like, "Be quiet. I'm
We
eating
thought we
cold
had a better
pizza."
relationship
Really.
than that.
And then, of course, Marsh from Executive Transportation takes you in one of his sweet Escalades so that you're the little princess. You don't have to drive. You don't have to find parking. There's no designated drivers. You just have an amazing time with friends that you love, people that you haven't seen forever, and it's your time to be together. So if you'd like to enter to win, all you have to do is go to any of our Facebook pages, and that, by the way, includes Executive Transportation. Just comment on the show today, share, and you're entered. It's that simple. As a matter of fact, we're drawing a winner tomorrow.
So thank you very much on that.
Sincerely, thank you.
Reading on Facebook, it says, "Where the heck is Daisy?" And she's coming up next.
Todd and Erin's Morning Stream, brought to you by Black Diamond Experts. Electric, plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. You'll be glad you called an expert. The law offices of Robert J. DeBry and Associates, with offices in Salt Lake City, Santee City, and St. George. Check them out at robertdebry.com. The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is actually available anytime at gephardtdaily.com. Just click on the Todd and Erin page. Good morning, Daisy's here. Hi, honey.
Hi, you just called me a cabbage.
You are my little cabbage. I used to date this French-Canadian hockey player when I lived back east, and he took me home to Montreal once to meet his family. He used to call me mon petit chou, and I'm like, oh, it's so romantic. And his sister said, he's calling you his little cabbage. I'm like, really? That's good. Really? That's as good as you get?
Yeah, I thought shoe was pastry. Like that would be nice.
Mon
wouldn't
petit
it?
chou. Now, pastry would be, I don't know what pastry is, but that would be much more attractive, wouldn't it?
Yeah, like if he was calling you a little kind of patisserie item.
Yeah,
you know, you could be
no.
like,
I was a cabbage. That was. He was
I
a
guess
hockey
if it's
player. He
said
got hit in the head a
lovingly,
lot with
right? It's okay.
anything in French sounds loving. They could be
Yeah,
telling
yeah,
you to go
yeah.
straight to hell, and you're like,
Yeah.
"That's so sweet, thank you." I know,
You are
right?
my little Brussels sprout, and I love you. That's not
Precisely.
really French, is it? I don't even know what that was.
I don't even know what. I don't know. That's kind of a mix, isn't it?
That sounds. I don't.
We'll call it French Canadian. It sounds.
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
was probably similar. Like I said, he was a hockey player. Probably got hit in the head a lot with pucks. So it's entirely possible he thought that was romantic. I can't be sure. At this point, weekend stuff, and you have got some of the coolest things. I hadn't even heard of this
Yeah.
thing. The combination of the food trucks and the
Oh
movies and
yeah,
everything.
yeah. There's so much. This is one of the reasons I love Utah. There's so much going on all the time.
Specifically,
it's
I know
like-
a summer is wonderful for this.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, so the first thing, I was looking around for, things that might be fun for kind of sometimes we do like a more grown up date night.
That must be nice. That's when you shave your legs and everything,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, because
Yeah.
no kids in our house. So Urban Lounge, we've talked about that place before. It's
Lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun, and it's kind of near downtown. It's let's see, 241 East, 500 South. So pretty much downtown. And so there's a guy called Tom Bennett playing tomorrow.
What kind of music?
Well, he's described as a vagabond, harmonica-wielding, soul-bearing musician without a permanent residence. Look, and he's standing by a beautiful
I like him.
lake
And he's got good hair.
with and look at that guitar.
That's sweet.
So I mean, this sounds
man.
cool. It's $5 to
Hollow
get
body
in.
Fender. Wow.
Only
Only $5.
Yeah, and doors open at 6, and I've figured out your whole evening for you, so you don't have to
at
do
you,
any
girl.
work. Because listen to this: doors open at 6, and then there's a restaurant called Rye next door, which I've never been to, but a super good friend of mine has been for brunch and says it's amazing.
Oh, yummy.
So I had to look at the menu, of course. I love
That's my
looking
girl.
at menus.
I'm with you. I know.
And I was like this. I looked it up and I was reading it, and I realized that I'm like reading, and my mouth is watering. I'm like,
This is why I can't ever look at any of the pictures
Oh
anyone
my
sends me from
God.
Christopher's, because I'm like, I'm going to have to go home and eat
Oh, I
pizza.
know.
And these people are having, yeah.
I know. So I was looking at the menu, things like, rice bowls, house-made ramen, truffled mac and cheese. Listen to this: short rib street tacos. Come on.
I know. I think we're done here. We've got to open at 10, right? I know. Seriously. We need to eat out more, because seriously, you're a foodie. I need to hang with you.
Delicious. So go and do that tomorrow.
Okay.
Starting at 6. Oh, the thing I was going to say about Rye is open 6 till 11. So my
nice.
guess is you could either do Rye first and then go to Urban Lounge, or you could go to Urban Lounge and then, a little later go and have some...
That's a good idea, yeah, because usually most restaurants close at 10, so
Exactly.
they understand their people.
Yeah, exactly. So that's fun. And then same night, tomorrow night, if you fancy a bit more of kind of a family evening, we've talked quite a lot about the free movie thing. There's a lot.
Movies in the park.
Movies
I love
in
those.
the park. And this one is Riverton City Park. Every Friday from 6 till 11 is the
That's
event.
perfect.
And here's the thing, me being not from Utah, I was like, oh yeah, but Riverton is way south. And then I looked, and it's totally not. It's right near here. It's right near South
Oh, and it's
Jordan.
gigantic now. I mean, seriously, this has turned into a big, bustling, prosperous city. It used to be primarily cows.
In
But they have-
Riverton?
yeah, but they have everything now. It's a lot of fun. So this is that's like a perfect location. But you said they also had snacks.
Yeah, so it's not just a movie. You could, from 6, they have what they call a home hand and harvest market. I'm guessing that's probably like a
Oh,
farmer's
very cool.
market.
Yeah.
But also food trucks.
This is the perfect combination.
So obviously the food trucks aren't free, but you can go and you can, buy your produce or whatever, and then go to a food truck and then snuggle up for a movie, which tomorrow is Moana.
Oh, that's so. I always cry at that movie. I'm like, I know Disney's totally manipulating me, but I'm still crying because it's beautiful. I know when her grandma comes back as the stingray, and I'm just really getting off track here, aren't I?
No, but doesn't that sound super fun?
That is perfect.
Yes.
Okay, it starts at 6, right?
Yes, from 6. I'm not quite sure exactly what time the movie starts, but the whole
Usually
thing
around
is
7:30 or so.
Okay, yeah.
Awesome. Okay, also for weekend stuff, we have a really cool giveaway. Damn These Heels. If you were with us yesterday, we talked to Elizabeth Nebeker from the Utah Film Society. And this is an amazing film festival, and it's going to be all this weekend downtown. There's all kinds of different parties going on. But we have 5 pairs of tickets to give away to the film festival, and you can basically pick which one of the movies you'd like to go see. So all you have to do is just comment and share on the show today, and just say, I would really like to go to Damn These Heels Film Festival, so that we know that's the way we want.
Isn't that great?
I
And
know,
it's
I'm
at the
excited.
Rose Wagner, isn't
Precisely,
it?
yeah.
So it's super easy.
I know.
Lots of restaurants
right off
around
tracks.
there.
So it's going to be amazing. So yeah, if you'd like to win those tickets, just comment today. Speaking of new movies coming out, Luc Besson, who I love, he's the crazy French director who did The Fifth Element. Remember all the wild imagery?
Yes.
He takes forever to come out with a movie, but when he does, boy howdy, Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets. Have a look at this.
After centuries of peace and prosperity, an unknown force wants to destroy all we have created.
Agents Valerian and Laureline, you have less than 10 hours to find the threat and eliminate it.
Let's get to work.
Doesn't that look amazing?
Yeah.
I'm so seriously in the mood for
Yeah.
this. I mean, you take a look at the imagery of that, and you're right. Carla, the
Yeah,
model,
Cara Delevingne.
and she was she was in Suicide Squad too. I mean, totally
Yes,
stuff you would never expect her to do.
And a movie called Paper Towns as
Oh,
well,
that's
which I
right.
saw on a plane. It was good. She's good. I like her.
Look at that imagery. I am dying to see this. Okay, also coming out, if you like Christopher Nolan, he did Batman, he did a lot of really beautiful, amazing stuff. He's coming out with Dunkirk. Now, this is, of course, the story of the unbelievable World War II battle
Oh, my
where
gosh.
literally 400,000 people died. 400,000 people in that battle. And it was just one of the most incredible epic war stories of World War II. This movie is supposed to be utterly heart-stopping. Kenneth Branagh.
I have to tell you, I've already bought our tickets for this.
Really?
One super cool thing about this movie is I guess it's shot on 70mm instead of the usual 35.
Wow, really?
And yeah, Jay and I love war movies, so I got online and I booked us tickets at Sugar House. You know, the
with the
super,
big cushy, like laid back seats.
uh-huh.
I can't go there because they keep reclining, and I eventually just fall asleep. And I go,
Like slide off the
I
bed.
just bought like a $50 bucket of popcorn, and I'm unconscious. So that's going to be amazing.
I
All right.
can't wait for that. Oh, so fun.
So many different things going on this weekend, so we hope you got at least a taste, and it's going to force you to be an extrovert, because I know it's easy to just sort of recede back into the couch, but you have to get out this weekend, even if we come to your house and we pull you out by force.
We
do it.
will do that.
You know we're going to do it.
Yeah.
So, all right, coming up next, this is epic. They found an alligator in Utah Lake, and no, this is not an urban myth.
What?
We'll tell you next. We're brought to you this morning by Executive Transportation. Elegant service, professional style. Go to executiveutah.com. And All Utah Plumbing. Your home deserves the best. 24-hour emergency service at allutahplumbing.com. And also by Columbus Travel. If you go to columbusvacations.com, you can sign up for a weekly newsletter that always has great last-minute deals on hotels, airfare, cruises, and more. Did you know you can catch the Todd and Erin morning stream any time of the day or night on Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud, and GephardtDaily.com? Okay, this is not an urban legend. This is for real. You know, you always heard those myths, like in New York City, that there's alligators crawling through the sewers.
There are.
Because people would get the adorable little baby alligators at the fair or something.
There
and then
are.
when they actually became a living, breathing entity, they went, and they flushed them.
It's all true.
Somebody
Somebody.
dumped an alligator
Where?
in Utah Lake. Tell me how epic this is. I swear to God, I am not lying to you. Here's the deal.
How big is it?
It's a good 4 feet.
It's-
a good 4 feet. There was a guy.
A guy.
He was angling for catfish. He wished that he only wanted to be used. His first name Neil, and he had his daughter out there.
We have done the catfishing thing at Utah Lake.
Yeah. We've caught a gigantic one.
10-pounder.
Yeah. So he was out there. He was fishing with his daughter, and
Right.
so he got a yank on the line that was freaking gigantic, and he went, okay.
Big catfish.
Once again, pulls up an alligator. He's like, okay. He actually catches the alligator, puts it in his truck, and then goes, my in-laws have a pond. So he goes and he dumps it into his in-laws'
Why
pond.
does he hate them so much?
Isn't that epic?
And the ducks are gone.
And so his in-laws live in Provo.
All right, so-
they put it in the pond there, and then he called the Division of Wildlife Resources, going, I got an alligator. And they're like, you do not have an alligator. He goes, I swear to God, I got an alligator. So they're dealing with it. They're not quite sure what to do. Obviously, this is a non-native species, so they're trying to figure out where it came from.
Somebody dumped it. They actually in Jordan River. They found piranha. They did.
Isn't that epic?
Red-bellied piranha.
So they called her Allie. They're trying to figure out if she crawled away from a zoo or something.
She didn't crawl away from a zoo.
That seems unlikely.
Somebody dumped her in there.
It seems unlikely. So in any case, they've got the alligator sitting in his in-laws pond. Division of Wildlife Resources is trying to decide what to do. And
they picked it up. It's in a warehouse now. They are contacting. There's only one group of people we know.
So we already put in a phone call to Rindy,
so we're
right?
going to find out from Rindy and see if they're actually going to do it. They transport a lot of these and they find them.
This is Scales and Tails. Now, they're a wonderful group, and they actually come out and they can bring all kinds of different reptiles and animals, and we've actually covered them before here on the show for like birthday parties. They take them to schools for educational things, but they are literally the only ones licensed for something like this.
Right.
So are we going to find out if they can take the alligator?
We're just waiting to find out, and then they have a place in Texas. They take them all, and
we're going to have a beautiful kind of reunion scene as they meet the alligator. Something soft focus we can do on Monday.
An arm is gone. Well, this is really similar. This is how bad this can get. In the Everglades, someone let some boas go. So someone had a pet boa, and they live a long time. And they went, oh, he's too big. My cat's gone. There's a lump in the snake. And they take it to the Everglades and let it go. And now there's this huge population because there is no predators for boa constrictors. And the food is everywhere there. And so now they actually have a bounty on the boas so they can like eliminate this problem. And they'll never work.
There's a reason that you're not supposed to release non-native species because there's an eco-balance.
Wouldn't that be weird? It's like, this is like Sharknado. Wouldn't it be cool if the alligators took over Utah Lake?
Maybe they could eat all of the poisonous toxic algae. It'd be like the circle of life.
Like Lion King.
Probably not, but it seemed really funny to me. All right, we got to go to Daisy in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom. It's brought to you by Robert J. DeBray and Associates. If you need his help, he's got 3 locations in Sandy, St. George, and Salt Lake City. Go to robertdebray.com. Executive Transportation, of course, proud sponsor of the Big Thank You. He'll be taking you out to Christopher's when you win. All you have to do to book a ride is go to executiveutah.com. And All Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air, also 24-hour service. You can reach him at allutahplumbing.com. Daisy, what's going on?
Daily.com. Donald Trump is wheels down in Paris. The embattled president will be attending Bastille Day celebrations for the next 2 days as a guest of French President Emmanuel Macron. Mr. Trump's Paris jaunt comes on the heels of the revelation that his son, Don Jr., son-in-law Jared Kushner, and ex-campaign manager Paul Manafort met with a Russian government go-between while looking for dirt on Hillary Clinton in the 2016 campaign. Trump claims he knew nothing of the meeting. U.S. Representative Steve Scalise has been transferred out of ICU at a Washington, D.C. hospital. Scalise was hospitalized 1 month ago after being shot while practicing with other GOP congressmen for an annual charity baseball game. Scalise was gravely wounded in the attack and has been battling infection ever since. His condition has now been upgraded to serious but stable. The Japanese firm Takata is recalling 2.7 million airbags in what's shaping up to be the largest automotive parts recall in history. The new recall will apply to vehicles produced by Ford, Mazda, and Nissan. Takata says its testing revealed a chemical drying agent used in the airbag could cause driver's side bags to rupture. That's it for this edition of World Headlines. For more news from around the globe and here at home, go to GepHardtDaily.com. Todd and Erin, back to you.
All right, so thanks, Daisy. The other day, I got to go out with John from All Utah Heating, Plumbing, and Air, and we actually went to talk about a project he did. And this is, just watch here.
How are you?
Andy.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
You Robbie?
Yep.
And
Hi, I'm Tracy. Nice to meet you.
He
All
says
right,
he
how's
has,
it going again?
he has something cool that you want to show me.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
All right,
It's
after
pretty
you
busy.
guys, go
Come
ahead.
in.
All right.
Lead me. Oh my gosh. How long did this take you?
This was
It's a huge amount of work.
It was a huge amount of work. This was
I mean, there's so much I want to show you.
Okay.
But this was a huge tub with a dinky little shower right here.
And what's the year of the house?
1923.
And you did this.
And so we moved our drain. We moved all this. Look at this shelving
Right.
that we did.
Storage.
So now you can, gosh dang, have it. Anyway, so yeah, you can step into the
I'm in.
shower.
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's it.
And look at how roomy it is. So we've got the slide bar.
Right.
Work that. So for people really tall, which
Right.
that's what we've got. And now it's, yeah.
It's beautiful. What is this?
This is the specialty. So this had 3 levels of flooring on top of it. Okay? So we're taking it down, trying to do all the demo to
Right.
get things. We get to this and we're like, oh gosh.
And it
even-
looks beautiful.
and even Tracy was, well, wait a minute, look at this. And
Right.
we're going, look at this. And it looks horrible. And we're like, ah.
It's got glue on it. It's got everything.
So anyway, massive man hours. We restored it. You're talking 1925, 23.
And it's still there.
And maybe 1930. I mean, I don't know for sure. All I know is old. We took it to tile places, going, look what we got to do. Anyway, we restored this.
It looks really pretty.
All right, so how cool is that? I mean, this is gorgeous. One of the things about this is Robbie and his brother had an issue with, and have some challenges, and they had an issue because
Sensory issues, right?
yeah, and the shower is so small, and they felt claustrophobic, and hence opening it up like this was so cool. And you know what's cool about John? John really gets into this because he really does like making a change for people, and whether it's just like putting in a toilet, but a project like this. Here he is.
So, John worked with me last year on some plumbing in the house because it's an old house.
Right.
And they did such a great job and they helped me with some cement. So, this year I told him I really want to redo this bathroom. This is the boys' bathroom.
Right.
And, you know, Robbie's 11 and he's a big kid.
Right.
His brother's 14 and he's over
He's 12
6'6".
feet tall.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So, the little teeny shower that we had
Not
before
good.
did not work. It was claustrophobic for
Right.
them. So I talked with John about I really want something that's open, that's simple, and you know it'll be a boys' bathroom.
Right.
So if I clean it up, I don't have to worry about every little
Right.
spot or whatever.
Right.
It's going to look great. So
Is this bathroom better than yours?
oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I was a little bummed.
This part of my job is the entire reason I'm doing this and started my company. For clients that need something like this with the special needs, and then just to make something out of a tiny space, roomy, and things like that on a remodel. And so the whole vision's from the client to us, and then the team listening and everything and just doing. And then the finished product, that makes your day. That's the passion. That's how we get it. We like to fix a lot of things, small jobs, this and that, no problem. And have a lot of passion with that to do it right. But something like this, just it gets you.
Oh yeah, big
I
tough,
don't think I've ever.
big tough John, right?
Usually, every time I see him, he's scowling. He's like, "Ah!" And he was. Did you see him missed up?
Yeah, it was. That's the way he is, though. I mean,
Oh, that was really sweet.
he is really passionate about this. Someone was saying something
Oh,
about.
that's funny. No, Janet Jepson, one of my favorite people. We were talking about the alligator in Utah Lake. That is not an urban myth. It's for real. She goes, keep your arms and legs inside the alligator ride. But Dad, we're fishing and it's a rowboat.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
You can finally use that. All right, coming up next.
I gotta tell you, cyclists, bikers, and stuff like that. If you ride a bike, you're gonna want to learn a new technique. It's coming up next.
Okay. We're brought to you this morning by Executive Transportation. Elegant service, professional style. Go to executiveutah.com. And All Utah Plumbing. Your home deserves the best. 24-hour emergency service at allutahplumbing.com. And also by Columbus Travel. If you go to columbusvacations.com, you can sign up for a weekly newsletter that always has great last-minute deals on hotels, airfare, cruises, and more.
Did you know you can catch the Todd and Erin morning stream any time of the day or night on Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud, and GephardtDaily.com?
All right.
Oh, look, it's the soothing mountain stream.
That's probably not the right image to show with this story.
You have to, yeah, you better explain.
Tour de France. International teams riding a bike. The whole job is what? To stay ahead. You make your move. You go faster on hills, like Armstrong did, because, well, he's a doper, so it didn't matter. And you go along, and look, they're handing you water, and one guy ate too much water, drank too much water, and then you have an issue because you're riding your bike and you have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, that's kind of an awkward
Because
thing.
you drank all that water. And so...
You can't really run off into the side of the road.
Why not? A normal person would pull over, they'd lean their bike against the guardrail, step into the woods, privately do that, as opposed just freeing yourself and peeing as you rode
What?
on camera.
No freaking way.
Just kind of exposed himself and let it go.
Okay, number one, I don't have enough physical coordination to even handle something like that.
You can't, you're a girl.
Even if I had the equipment. Number two, the guy's on camera and he really just...
Evidently, this happens because they hydrate a huge amount because they're going to burn it off in sweat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But evidently, this guy was like totally out of whack as far as how much water he was drinking.
Aren't there things that you can... devices that you can wear...
Like a big catheter.
Well, no, but that like I've seen stuff like this before, not like in Sky Mall, but like the little weird offbeat shops where there's things you can use
with tubing
and
with
stuff.
tubing.
Yeah.
And it goes down to a water bottle that's mounted to the frame like we all have on our bikes.
It seems a little bit
Or
classier
you
than
have to-
just sort of,
You have to be a good aim. That is just the weirdest thing.
And this is not uncommon.
They say it does happen.
And he did it on camera.
You just hope and pray that you're faster than he is and you're ahead of him. Because backwards would be a bad thing.
That is so gross. Okay, move on, please, quickly. I've got a visual.
I
got a visual. Keep going.
The other day, let's see. The other day they were about a month ago. They were making a film, and on our street, it's very popular to rent houses. And this is a scene across the street from our house, and that's them just setting up. The car is not ours, although I wish it was.
So the house on the far right is where they're actually shooting it.
Right.
The house next to them, they have to pay a big bunch of money because they're piling stuff on their lawn.
Okay, so
They paid us money just to park the car in the driveway to look authentic. Which
Okay,
was awesome.
here's my version of the story.
Oh, sorry.
So we had two cars in our driveway, and they said, "Could you move the gray one?" I said, "Absolutely. I don't, I'm an easygoing guy." And so I pull it up the street and I park, and there's trucks everywhere with equipment. And then they come back. He comes back, really nice guy. His name was Kevin. I still remember. And Kevin came up and he goes, "We're gonna have to have you move your pickup truck too. Is that okay?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "Here's $75. I just wish I had another truck. I wish I had many." And so I moved it. And but that's the way it works. There's a lady here who's talking about making $3,000 a day renting her place. This is back in New York, in Queens. For some reason, her house is like a Victorian, so it's got that stuff. And then they started talking about, like in movies and stuff, they go up to like $10,000 a day.
Oh yeah, no, we used to. They used our house on 2nd Avenue for, I think it was 2 different movies and a commercial, and each time they paid us really well to go stay in a hotel for a couple of days, and they left all these awesome things because they redecorate the whole house and they leave everything because they don't
leave
take
it.
But our next door neighbor, who I thought was an angel lady, was from California. So she knew all the tricks. Here in Utah, if someone wants to film on your street, you go, "Oh, okay." But she knew better. So she went out there and she started up her lawnmower while they were filming. And she said, "I don't have to stop. You don't." And they had to pay her $1,000. I think it
stop.
might have been more than we made on that shot, as a matter of fact, for her to stop. And she never told us this. And I'm like, "You stink." $1,000 to turn off her lawnmower.
And, you really have to consider this because we have a very narrow street, and when all the trucks show up, and I mean all the trucks, I mean semis full of equipment, kind of blocking the road, and your neighbors are kind of like, "Yeah, so what,
Thanks
you're
so
making money,
much.
and I'm..."
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But anyway, so what they're saying now is that people have caught on, and so the prices when people go out and they're looking for shots and places to film, they're being charged like 3 times as much.
You're like, you really want it?
Yeah.
You really want this one?
Yeah, that's
it's
right.
going to cost you a lot more.
And I won't mow my yard when I do it. I get a lot of not flack, but I like to cook, and I started this thing about 5 or 6 or 10 years ago. I'd like to cook like different kinds of foods. Maybe that.
I didn't really mind until you used our innocent child, baby daughter, for your filthy guinea pig. I mean,
we don't know that yet, do we?
Yeah, we do.
So I decided, and I've done beef heart, and I've done kidneys, and I've done that. But
I actually like the sweetbreads, which are calf's brains.
And they're not that smart anyway. And so I decided that I would cook beef tongue.
All right, Todd here in the kitchen, and today we are going to cook beef tongue. Why? Because it's really good, and I used to have it when I was a kid at the delis in Boston, and the beef tongue sandwiches were great. So we're going to cook one, and I had to go to find these. I went to the El Rancho Market. So let's go through the process. Okay, so let's do this. Pretty simple and straightforward. First of all, we're going to put it in a large Dutch oven. It's going to go in the oven at 300 degrees for about 3 hours. We're going to put it in with beef stock. We're going to cover it with the beef stock and water. We're going to put in, we see garlic, we got onions, cardamom, we've got bay leaves, 2 of those, salt and pepper and onions. They're going to go in and cover it. And then 300 degrees for 3 hours. And, I have to get the tongue. There's the beast. Now this will cook for about 3 hours. There's a side view. People lived off this stuff. I mean, this is not like made up food. I mean, this is all the parts of the animal that people have eaten for thousands and thousands of years. So this will cook for about 3 hours or so, and then the rough tongue coating will peel off all in one piece, and we will put it in the pot now with the other one, like this. And we'll put all the vegetables on it and the beef stock, and into the oven it will go. Okay, so here it is, beef tongue. I am going to cut this into pieces, and I'm going to force people that I love dearly to take a bite of it. All right. Erin's downstairs.
Tanya's like, ooh, can't watch. Thanks, Todd. And Wendy's has only this little green nauseous face emoji where...
Well, you know what?
Because you can't fake it. It looks like exactly what it was. I mean, like a steak, you can pretend it might have been something else.
Right.
A beef tongue, you know exactly what you're dealing with.
There's a book I read. It's called Snout to Tail, and it's about using all, they call them offals for a reason, using all the different parts of the animal and stuff. And that's kind of got me going about doing this. And, if you're back east, I'm not sure, delis, the Jewish delis, you go, and the tongue sandwiches is like the main thing. And the cool thing about it, it's the beefiest part of the beef. So Erin was not there, and I had to experiment, and I had to find out. And by the way, this is going to melt my heart, because as a guinea pig, I used our baby.
Poor Zozo.
All right. Erin's downstairs. Let's see if the critic likes beef tongue. Hi. Are you brushing your teeth? Yeah? Would you like some beef tongue? How's that?
Mom.
You want more? Is that really good? You like that?
Mom.
Yeah? How much more do you want? Do you want the whole tongue? Yeah? Okay. I'm going to go. You got a little toothpaste right there. Okay. I'm going to go get you some more, okay? Okay. I'm back with more. Mmm.
Oh my God.
More?
Look
Okay.
at her. She's so little. She just keeps eating. She just keeps eating. That's what she does.
More? Okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
I swear that was like
We'll see you guys.
I swear that was like 5 minutes ago. Look at her.
Okay, so here is the food that Erin doesn't think Zoe will like. It's cow tongue. It's what's for dinner.